Hey y'all, hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shay and this is the Sunshyne channel where we do soul care videos and tarot videos to help us navigate this thing called life and shine a little light. Today's video is 2020 predictions. Yay! Happy New Year. I know it's not the new year yet, but y'all don't come for me. I basically just wanted to do like a quick summary. What do you need to know for your 2020 to make your 2020 that? So I did already pre-pull the cards and predict pretty much what's going to happen for you in 2020. Hey Capricorn, your message for 2020 is help is your only way out. Your year may start off the same as last year. If you are going through some kind of rough patch or you're like in a really bad mood, you may go into 2020 with that same feeling. I feel like some of you may be trying to start a project or get a job off the ground, in a certain way. And it hasn't really come to fruition the way that you wanted to, or hasn't come out the way that you wanted to. You may be being too strict about how it needs to go or what kind of plan it needs or steps it needs to follow, but you have to be more flexible in order for these things to come to life the way you want to. And you have to allow people to help you. Although you are very strong and you normally can just work your way through it and figure it out, sometimes other people's opinions or suggestions are actually necessary to bring things forward. So remember that in 2020, you need to allow people to come in and help you. And also, when you do disagree or when you do feel that there's someone is not doing something to the capacity that you want them to, be sure that you're being gentle with the way that you're saying things as well, so that you don't necessarily burn any bridges while you're trying to get things done. Be sure you're making this year fruitful and balanced, so you're not doing, too much or too little on either side. 2020 for you is going to be a year of fixing what's broken. It's not really a negative year, but it's also not a year of really big change. It's just a year where you'll start to get things rolling. Make sure that you're creating and that you're getting inspired in 2020 as well. Don't allow yourself to just kind of flatline and just go with the flow. So even though you're not going to see this huge improvement the way that you would like to, you're on that path. So just floating along is not going to get you there. So also keep in mind, you may be thinking that there's an obstacle in your way in 2020, like, something's blocking me. Something has to be blocking me. Nothing's blocking you. Actually, all blocks are removed. But you have to keep going and don't live in despair. Like, it's okay to be sad or upset. Allow yourself to heal, but don't live so far in despair that you don't do anything at all. And put your money to the side. I don't care if it cuts into your Hulu account. I don't care if it cuts into, whatever it is that you need to cut it. So that you can have the money that you need to the side so you can make your dreams happen during the year. You might meet a very loving, feminine person. But I feel like this is more for the male Capricorns, but it could be for the female Capricorns. Some of you also may be improving your relationship with your mother in 2020 if you guys are having any issues. Also, I feel the need to tell you all, if you are chasing a relationship, a person, or like some sort of romantic situation, I'm getting the message to tell you to let it go. Let it go. Let's just go. Let bro go. Let them go. I guess I feel like this person has passed away or has left you. Like they're no longer in your life in a more constant state. And I just keep hearing, let them go or it'll hold you back. And I think it's just because of that emotion of trying to restrict something and not allowing it to, do what it actually wants to do. Because it's kind of restricting you too, trying to hold on to them, if that makes any sense. Accept things as they are in 2020, Capricorn. You're going to be fine. I've been telling y'all, keep going despite the bumpy road. I have been saying this probably every reading of yours for the last few months. Please just keep going. It's going to get better if any of you are struggling. But you have to keep going, okay? Love y'all. Bye. Hey Aquarius, let's hop right in. Your message is get out of your head and into your body. You may start off 2020 constantly fighting with the same individual you've been fighting with for the last few readings. Yes, I remember. And you're sick of it. You're sick of the situation. You're sick of the person. You are sick of it. But it's going to get better. only if you start following the guidance that's been being given to you. And stop paying attention to this person in 2020. I think some of you may be just so focused on what they're doing that you're not focused on what you need to do. So in order to do that, you're going to have to listen to your intuition. And I always suggest meditation. Make sure that you are meditating and really getting in tune with what's being said to you, because I think sometimes we mistake messages, of the mind and our ego from messages from spirit and the divine. But you can really tell the difference when you sit down, breathe through it, and then actually listen to what's being given to you as a message. And as far as your purpose goes, whatever message you're trying to put out there, whatever idea you're trying to get going, it's going to be well received, but it's not going to really start moving until you get this thing out of your way. It's like you're on a road and you're just stuck there. Push that to the side and keep going, Aquarius. Give yourself proper time to heal from this trauma, this issue that you have. And also try to stay away from trying to benefit from a situation without working for it. And some of you may be starting with a new company or a new job in 2020. Maybe you already have started, but you're still going to be pretty new at the beginning of the year. Congratulations. This is good for you. You're going to meet a lot of good people and make a lot of great connections. Also, make sure that you're putting money to the side in 2020. Like, you're going to have to put some money away so that your dreams and your ideas and your organizations, whatever it is you're trying to make come to life, will come to life. Also, make sure that you're eating better in 2020. Eat more veggies, eat more green food, eat more colorful food so that your body can get the nutrients that it needs. And honestly, it makes your connection to the divine even more clearer. Ask for your needs to be met in 2020. Coincidences are not coincidences. So when you pray and you ask for an answer, or you ask for a sign, or you ask for a blessing, the route to those things are going to come to you. And watch what you're consuming. So when I say that, also, of course, watch what you're eating, as I've said, but also watch what you are watching, watch whom you're hanging around, watch what you buy. Make sure you're making more conscious decisions on, like, if it's organic, natural, things of that nature. Make sure you're buying things like that. Also, make sure you're not buying into anyone's BS in 2020 as well. If y'all thought I was gonna come on here and tell y'all was gonna fall in love, you ain't. It may not be the year for that, but you may make a lot of connections with people who understand you. The only way you're gonna do that is getting into your passion work and getting into doing what you do. Being you is gonna attract the people you want in your life. That's all I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hey, Pisces. Welcome to your 2020 reading. Okay, so let's hop right in. Your message for 2020 is stay open to love. I was going over your cards and I just saw a lot of negativity at first in the beginning of the year. Maybe you're just feeling really down and bogged down, and maybe you're just kind of being negative on yourself. I'm sensing that some of you may be feeling really lonely, as if no one understands you. You may have people around, but you may not have anyone that sits there and tells you, hey, you're great, hey, you're doing fine, the situation isn't as bad as you thought. And I feel like some of you just may be really in your head about something that you did or something that happened. Like, I feel like it's a situation that occurred that you really wanted to go differently and it didn't, and you're kind of like really upset about it and feeling some type of way about it. And it's like causing this little ball of negativity, because I did see a lot of negativity in your reading when I was going through. If you are feeling guilty about something, please forgive yourself for it. We all make mistakes. You may have had to make a decision that affected someone else in a way that you didn't want it to affect them, and that's okay. It happens sometimes. Sometimes we have to make hard decisions in life, and you're okay, Pisces. I also feel like some of you may be sick. If you are sick, because I've seen sick in your reading twice, some of you are either sick or going to the hospital or need to go to the hospital. Maybe you have been sick. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself in 2020. Go to the doctor. Ain't no excuses. I don't want to hear it. Go. Get yourself together, even if it's a holistic doctor, but do something about your health. Don't just sit on it in 2020. I sense that some of you may overdo it with money. Like, you might spend way more than you actually have because you're feeling good, and you feel like, oh, I got it, I figured it out, I budgeted, and then when it comes to pay for it later, you may not have it. So I do sense that you guys have to be careful, and also don't use money to make yourself feel better in 2020. Be careful with someone who lacks communication in 2020. This may be you, or you're struggling to communicate with a specific individual, but be careful of this person. This person might be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Just make sure you're paying attention to their communication style and the things that they say, and just really clearing things up when you feel like things are not 100% clear. Also, you may experience some beautiful partnership in 2020. So maybe you will fall in love, you might get a business partner, or you may just meet a good friend or coworker in 2020. Maybe you already have them in your life and your relationship will increase. But I did see partnership a lot within your prediction for 2020. So make sure that you are watching that and nourishing and loving their relationship. I mean, this person with this lack of communication may be this person. So that's why you may need to clear things up with them as well, because they may be so positive in your life that you don't want things to fall away because of this lack of communication if it's there. Things will balance out, Pisces. Don't get stuck in bad times in 2020. Just continue to enjoy yourself and take care of yourself if you really need to go to the doctor as well. Thank you for watching. Hey Aries, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. Your message for 2020 is overcoming limitations all 2020. You may feel like a caged bird, honey. You are tired of something. Something is taking up your time, your energy. Something is not allowing you the freedom to be who you are and continue your natural way of being. I did see a lot of breakup in your prediction. It may be an actual breakup, it may just be some friction, it may just be a relationship, you may be arguing with someone. I did see a lot of breakup for some of you who are in a relationship because, quite frankly, you are bored, feeling very like kind of stagnant and stuck because this individual may have those behavioral traits. And I did see that some of you may be in a relationship with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and they may just have a certain way of doing things. And when things move, it's like it's just not moving at all. And Aries love to move. So that may be the issue with you in 2020. Maybe not. It could just be a little bit of friction and something that you're feeling. But for the rest of you, I feel like it may be a career or something that you spend a lot of time doing that keeps you away from you being your creative free self, because it just, quite frankly, it just takes up a lot of time and it's not a part of your purpose. It may be quite boring as hell and you're just tired of always doing this same, repetitive movement every single day, and it's making you feel boxed in. This year you're going to feel the need to abstain from anything that keeps you away from your creative self, from your creative growth. Anything that keeps you from moving in 2020. I see you shedding a lot of people and things, activities, jobs in 2020. Anything that does not progress you forward and give you a more lighter, free environment so that you can move through. I think you might have been stuck for a little while in the last few years, Aries. And I don't want y'all to think of stuck as absolutely no way out. I just feel the sense to say that like things were moving, but not for you. And now it's time for you to move for you and overcome those limitations in 2020. Organize the things you want to happen, Aries. You may have an idea of what you want to happen in your life, and you may be powering through, but you may not be powering through in a planned out way. So in 2020, you need to gain that organization and gain that direction and intention with where you're going in 2020. You may run into a partnership or friend that starts to move you forward, and that may be what ends up changing your environment in 2020. This may be the person you cheat on your loved one with. If you are feeling a little cheaty in 2020, you may end up having some sort of affair. I did see infidelity in your reading. I'm just a messenger. Sorry, y'all, but if not, again, it could just be a friend and someone you end up spending a lot of beautiful time with who helps you learn more about yourself and more about what it is that you want out of your life. Clear your debts and change your mind about money in 2020 or about being broke. If you feel like you don't have it, you ain't gonna have it, Aries. So stop speaking that over your life and over yourself in 2020. Like, you got this, period. And you may be going within to get it together in 2020 at some point in the year. I don't see a specific area. This may be the whole year, but you may need to go in and get clarity and really figure out what it is that you want and how you can move forward with intention. And this has to be done alone, so try to refrain from like discussing what's on your mind with other people. Don't be closed off, but sometimes when you're in the making of something, you don't want to give it away too soon. You're finding your purpose in 2020, Aries. I'm so excited for you. So go ahead and move forward as the leader that you are with direction. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey Gemini, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. Your message for the new year is you charged up in 2020. You may fall in love in 2020. You may find a beautiful companion or partnership in 2020. I saw a lot of that in your reading. You being your best self may feel like a requirement from this new individual coming into your life. They may actually require it from you, or they may be someone who inspires you to be your best self. So you just kind of coasting in 2020 ain't what's going on. You may be visiting home, or you may be around people who get you back to the real you and make you feel like yourself, because they're exchanging ideas and they're like going along with you and whatever it is that you want to do. So it's very positive in the area of relationships in 2020. You're gonna have a lot of success in 2020. You might be starting a new project, starting a new job. Things will be going great, but make sure that you don't get so comfortable in the positives that you don't work on your shit. There's always something to learn. There's always something to grow in. There is always something that you can do to improve oneself. So don't feel like, oh, stuff is going okay. Let me sit back. No, ain't no sitting back. Learn something, read something, observe something, research something, talk to somebody. Like, always keep improving yourself in 2020. Because I feel like some of you may have been behind. Like, you may have not been doing what you needed to do or thought you could do, maybe due to a situation or trying to help other people or a job or various things that was keeping you from going. But this year it's time to go. You feel me? And if you do have those times where you don't want to do anything, remember why you started doing what you wanted to do, or what you're planning to do rather. Remember the whys. Once you remember the whys, it'll get you right back on track. And you can always do stuff even when you're not feeling in a good mood or you feel like at a disadvantage. It's always something that you can read or research, or write out a list. Like, you can always do something towards your purpose, because remember, these predictions can change, y'all. It doesn't mean everything's going to stay the same. So if you decide you're not going to work all 2020 because your abundance is popping and you don't work on your stuff, nothing's going to happen. So it's part fate and part, you doing what you need to do to make your fate come to reality. You feel me? And be open to receiving not only blessings but also messages, because I feel like sometimes we get in our own way because we get a blessing and we'll be like, where'd that come from? But don't do that at all in 2020. Make sure that you are open to like, oh my God, things are happening for me, yay, and don't get into this negative mind state. Also, keep a dream journal. Let me know if you guys want a video about dream journaling as well. I keep one of those. You're going to be getting a lot of dreams. Make sure that you are researching those dreams and what they mean, because it tells you what your subconscious is trying to tell you, as well as your angels and your guides and the divine. So make sure that you are paying attention to those dreams, and the only way to do that is to write them down. So my advice would be to make sure you're getting out in the sun, in the air every single day. Make sure that you are praying and receiving those messages, meditating, whatever it is that you do and believe in, and take a balanced approach in 2020. Don't become completely lazy, but also don't become completely scattered that you got too much going on. Try to keep perfect balance in 2020. And for some of you, I sense that your relationship with your father may change, or some sort of male, big, I don't know. I feel someone who's very, very stern and very, very dictating in your life. Don't know who it is, but I feel like it may be a parental figure, a father. So your relationship with him may be changing. I don't feel positive or negative. I feel like you just may figure out a way to deal with this individual, whomever it may be. So Gemini, that's all I have for you. Make sure that you're coming into your personal power in 2020. You're going to have an abundant year, and you're actually going to do the shit you said you were going to do like 10 years ago. Yay. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hey Cancer, welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. Your message is patience with your puzzle. I'll make that make sense later. I feel like some of you may be getting frustrated or stuck on something not going right. Like, I guess, for example, when you're doing a puzzle, you have all of these various pieces and you look at the picture to figure out where they go. I feel like some of you may not be doing that. You may be just taking a piece that doesn't fit and jamming it in there. And when it doesn't fit, you get frustrated and you stop putting the puzzle together all together. But I feel the need to say that you may need to actually look at the puzzle piece, figure out where it goes, and then continue to work. So in 2019, I feel like you may have felt like a failure because you didn't make something happen in the way that you wanted it to happen in 2019. And because it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, you may feel worthless. I feel like some of you may feel like you ain't got it together, you ain't gonna have it together, but that's not the truth. I feel like it may have been your attitude that caused the issue. Maybe you were feeling a little bratty tat-tatty in 2019. I don't know. I'm just a messenger. Or maybe you were dealing with someone who was very bratty, dealing with someone who was just very overbearing and like, wah, I need things my way. But this attitude may have threw things off course. In 2020, you will and need to move forward. It will be slow and steady progress for you, but you have to stay focused and stick to your vision. It will not come fast, so don't even try. You will make connections in 2020, but you have to be open to receiving blessings, making connections with other people, and also things going off course. It's not going to go exactly how you want it to go. It may not prevent things from happening at all, but it may not be like every little detail may not be perfect. So be open to things just not going right for a little while. Try to correct your mistakes from 2019 and 2020. Don't get distracted. I feel the need to tell some of you that you might be like when things get complete or they don't go a certain way, I feel like you may always take a rest or like go take a vacation. There won't be none of that in 2020. You're going to have to keep on going with your vision even when you want to like relax. And if you do fall off this year, just refocus. But make sure that I'm not saying overwork because I don't want nobody to overwork. I need all of y'all to be well rested and blessed, okay? But I'm also saying if I'm done with this, so I'm gonna take 3 months off, and for 3 months you just don't do jack squat towards your purpose, that ain't gonna cut it in 2020. I'm gonna need you to keep it on. If things do fail, you do need money for a cushion, so make sure that you're saving throughout the year. So like for whatever reason, I don't know, you trying to be uber extraordinaire and your car breaks down, then you need to like have some money to get your car back up. Organize your pieces and find out what actually fits instead of wasting times on the ones that do not, if you catch my drift. Get clear on what you're doing in 2020, Cancer. There will be celebrations and gift giving, so don't focus all on the bad. Make sure that you're getting out of your head in those moments. Focus on being balanced, focused, and lighthearted in 2020 so that you can get through easy, Cancer. But that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hey, Leo, welcome to your reading. We're going to hop right in. Your message for 2020 is you are the driver. That'll make sense later. But you may start the year off feeling stagnant, as if things aren't moving the way that you want them to in 2020. I did see that some of you may be in a relationship that you feel quite frankly bored with, or feel like it's not going in the direction that you want to. And that's only for some of you. For the rest of you, this may be due to a career. And I feel like something is in your way. Maybe like you're working and you're not able to do what you thought you were going to do. Maybe you thought the job was going to be be a certain way and it's not that way. But I feel like you're just learning that, okay, this is not getting me where I want to go. This may be causing some disappointment for you because it's not what you thought it was. Maybe you feel like you don't have the time to do what you want to do as well. And I also feel like you may have caused the issue a little bit in 2020 unintentionally. I feel like it's a missing part, something that you forgot to do. Maybe it's financial, because I do also sense that you need a certain amount of money to make this thing happen, and you don't have that certain amount of money, so you had to get a job. Don't know who I'm talking to, but that's the kind of scenario that I'm seeing. Like, okay, so now, dang, I got this job, and I don't have the time to do it, but I got the money to do it. So it's like either way, you're in a bad position. So you will be having to fix your mistakes in 2020. So whatever error you made, I do see like a lot of like documents. Make sure you're reading all documents and correcting all errors. You will feel renewed at some point during 2020. So that's a good thing. Just make sure you're following your intuition and wisdom before you make any decisions in 2020. And that's what's going to make all the difference. And I feel like you may be fixing a little bit of karma for some of you from a previous life situation, etc. And you may be reuniting with your family in 2020, or reuniting with people who understand you or people that you really care about. These may be the people that you have hurt or done something to, or maybe offended. So also watch out for that as well. I feel the message to say, learn to appreciate those people and appreciate their contribution. I don't know who I'm talking to, but that's the message that I received Remember that money is a tool in 2020. Money is currency, meaning that it's energy. So in order to have it, you have to attract it to you and not see yourself as not having it. Try to practice money meditations, money affirmations, things of that nature, and not really have a negative mindset around what you do and don't have. You're being guided to meditate and also listen to vibrational music. I think it's 432 hertz. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you listening to that kind of music, kind of try to incorporate that into your daily routine so that you can improve your life. This will help you to clear your mind and see where you went wrong throughout the year. And also keep in mind, Leo, the monotony of every single day, the blah, the boredom of every single day does serve a purpose, because sometimes in life we do have those periods where shit just be dry, but it's for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hey Virgo, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. Your message for 2020 is action will clear your thoughts. That'll make sense later. I feel the need to say that some of you may be stepping on thin ice in 2020. I don't know. I feel like there's this over focus on money, and then you have someone or a bunch of people, or maybe you're in a circle of people who do not have your best interest at heart. I don't necessarily feel like they are trying to ruin you or anything. They just may be a bad influence, or may not be very forward with how they really feel about you or a certain situation. Beware of your circle in 2020 and don't let anyone push you around. And then on the flip side, also make sure that you are not so worried about money that it makes all of the decisions for you in 2020. Also, make sure that you are considering the consequences of your decisions in 2020. Okay, we all know that you need to make money moves, but I'm talking about, well, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this thing that I know is questionable because I need some extra money. Is it really worth it if it's gonna cause months and months of issues? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So consider that. So when you do make a decision, make sure you're considering those consequences and being ready for those consequences, quite frankly. And same with those people around you. If they are not the best of character and you decide to hang around them anyway, because who cares? You know what I'm saying? Consider that they could get you into trouble. Consider that they could not be who they say they are. Consider, things of that nature. Make sure that you're setting intentions for your life and your money throughout the year. I also saw the message for you to not spend so much time complaining about what's not going right in 2020. That's going to make all the difference, darling, because things may be difficult for you up until like mid-year, until you actually get it and then come to terms with the things and the way things are in your life. Just don't always sit around and complain. One, because you're attracting more things to complain about, but also because while you're complaining, you can be changing the thing, if that makes sense. Organize your life in all facets and remove anyone or anything that does not serve you, because that's the actual source of your depression. So if some of you have been feeling depressed as of lately or experiencing emotional issues where you feel really, really down, it's the environment that you're around. It's the way you're keeping things and who you're keeping around you that's kind of contributing to this emotion. I feel like your money problems may be due to work or home. So maybe you don't really like your job and you don't like how things are ran there. Maybe they're not paying you enough. And then in the reverse, or on the side, on the other hand, for some of you, it may be home. And it may be that you want to move out, but this isn't going right. Or, some sort of issue with something that you have to do every single day, like work or at home. And maybe that's why you're like so focused on money. But if it's going to cause you more issues later, it's no point of doing it just to make more money. And you may be overthinking it in 2020. Honestly, just don't stay so much in your head. Make sure that your thoughts and the things that you're thinking and the way that you want to move in the world is translating into action. And you'll have an amazing year, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye. Hey Libra, welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and hop right in. Your message for 2020 is stay balanced. As you do. No, for real. You're going to have an awesome year. Contracts, connections, money will be flowing. Maybe some of you will be working 2 jobs, or you have 2 things that you're dabbling in that's bringing you income. You may be multitasking and meeting a lot of new people. It's going to be a very positive year for your finances and your career, quite frankly. You will be handling the beast, your beast of a life, with a lot of skill. You may be learning a lot of skill, and this will be very profitable for you in 2020. But there is a dark side that I'm seeing for some of you. And this may be just carryover from the previous year. It may continue in 2020, but some of you may be experiencing some dark emotions. Maybe you just had a relationship that just ended, or like some sort of situation that has ended in your life, but it's causing a little bit of darkness, which is actually causing you to become dark yourself in a way. So the example that I'm seeing is that you may feel like I need more. You may start trying to finagle people to get more money or to have more resources, but that's going to backfire on you at some point if you go that route. But it's not because you're trying to hurt anyone. I feel the need to say that some of you may be trying to put on a mask, and you may be overworking and trying to gain more money to kind of fill the void or fill the hole from this issue, this dark issue that's there. For some of you, it may be within your career, within your passions. Like you may feel stagnant, like you're not doing anything that you actually care about. And this may be causing a dark cloud, which is why you're kind of pushing all of these things that you're doing to like make them, you're trying to make yourself feel passionate about them, if that makes sense. And that's where this mask is also coming from, of just like, I'm going to act like this makes me happy, but it really doesn't. Continue to work and learn and be positive and have an abundance mindset. Libra, you lack nothing. So if you are thinking you lack money, you lack clothes, looks, people, like whatever, you lack nothing. You just have to keep thinking abundantly about yourself and about your life, and you'll attract more of it to you. Make sure that you're exercising for at least 30 minutes a day. Some of you may not care too much about exercise, but it's less about becoming fit or losing weight or whatever other reasons people lose, exercise for. But make sure you're exercising to make you feel better. Maybe some of you dance or do yoga or do some type of other activity that's exercise. Do that every single day, or at least once a week, or how much time you got in your busy schedule to clear your mind, because cardio health is very important health, and exercise connects you better to the divine and the messages that you need to receive. And then it also makes you feel better emotionally. So I feel like it may be time for you to get in the gym or whatever it is that you're into, to start getting your heart, your mind, and everything else pumping, honey. Try not to overwork to gain this new mask, because remember, we said that you were overworking or trying to really work hard or really get all of this money to make yourself feel better, and because you want to become something new, you want to change, you want to glow up, especially if it's from a breakup. Like, you want to glow up, and I feel that, but you also don't want to burn yourself out, or when you come out on the other end, you want to be something that you want to be and not something that this person or situation has made you, if that make any sense. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye. Hey Scorpio, welcome to your reading. I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. Your message for 2020 is, don't be a prisoner to yourself. That'll make sense later. Some of you, quite frankly, may be having a pending court case or something of that nature. So I don't know who I'm talking to, but it may be a few of you. For others, you may just have a really interesting environment that kind of feels like a prison right now. It's a lot of pressure on you to kind of get it together and get it together fast. So you may be so focused on like the money or keeping things in order or whatever the case may be, so that you can hurry up and get out of this environment. I feel like some of you are surrounded by people who really don't like you, but like at the same time, they're like instructing you. Like they have some sort of authority over your life. Again, with the prisoner analogy, like some type of authority over your life, but they really don't like you. Just the way a prison warden doesn't all the way like their prisoners. I mean, I don't know if that's the truth, but hell, that's how they depict it in the movies. Y'all see what I'm talking about. So you may be going through some hardship just overall in 2020, or at least at the start of 2020. But remember, this is a spiritual transformation. So if you've been asking yourself, like, why in the hell is this going on in my life? It's literally because it has to, in order to get you to the next level. I really felt that message when I was doing your reading. This is a spiritual transformation. Everything is fine. Some parts of it is just going to be hard. And you may need to reflect on how you got in this situation. You may be already reflecting on how you got into the situation. Who are the people you've been hanging around? What are the behaviors that got you there? You have to find out who you are, Scorpio, and who you want to be in order for things to change. And continue to work towards your goals. Whatever your goals are for 2020, whatever, it can be one goal, but tunnel vision on your stuff. Like, don't let anyone throw you off. Don't let the old you throw you off. You may have to ask for some help, and preferably not from the person that is, dictating you right now or like all up on you. You may need to ask for help from an outside source or someone who really cares about you, because you can't really do it alone. Although you want to, and that's admirable, it's not what's gonna get you the help and the things that you need. And also, or just ask the divine, honestly, and meditate and pray and ask to the heavens, hey, I need help with XYZ, and accept those blessings. Don't block them, by not either identifying that they're a blessing or just feeling like I can do it myself. Allow the blessing into your life, and don't get in your own way, and don't have a mindset of lack and I don't have. You have plenty. You are fine, honey. And make sure that if you can, volunteer, donate, do some charitable work in 2020. And this is just to help you realize that there are people out there who have worse situations than yours in 2020. It'll also help you gain perspective in that way. And also, giving attracts receiving. So if you're giving to other people, you're more likely to run into people who are willing to give to you. And I mean, that shouldn't be the only reason why you do it now, but it will help you in the long run. And if you're in a relationship that you aren't letting go, Scorpio, I don't know who I'm talking to, but let it go. It's holding you back, quite frankly. I just feel like there's this stronghold on a person or a thing that just isn't working out. And this may be this person that's blocking you. It may be a father figure. I did see some parental issues there. So it may be a father figure that you're trying to rekindle, a connection with, and it's just not happening. Let it go, Scorpio. It's not for you. Or maybe you are a father and I don't even know how that relates. You just not letting go of certain behaviors. I don't know. Something's not being let go from a possible male figure. But overall, Scorpio, if you fake it, you can make it. Don't get in your own way in 2020. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Hey, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and get started. So your message for 2020 is, once the gates open, start running. That is your message. So some of you quite literally may be in jail in 2020. I know. Some of you may be in a situation where you feel a lot of pressure, maybe a lot of financial pressure. Stay balanced in 2020, Sagittarius. If you're not balanced in 2020, or you don't have a strategy for your life or a plan for your life, things are not going to go this well, because you're going to have a very good 2020 if you stay on the course. We're all rooting for you. Tyra Banks' voice. You'll be kind of reborn again and be in a position to regain a position in your world, a position in your life in the way that you want to. So you have to have a strategy, and you got to stay on your stuff. You're going to start from scratch for some of you. So money may be tight. If you are really coming out of jail, obviously money's tight. You may be starting your life over from scratch, but this is a good thing. You're in a good position. So don't get into this mind state of, oh, I don't have anything. Oh, I'm so depressed. No. This is good. You can go ahead and start over and do exactly or whatever it is that you have been wanting to do. Visualize what you need in your life. Do some visualization techniques. Google it, or I can do a video for y'all. But make sure that you are really picturing what it is that you want out of your life, and ask for your needs to be met. And this may not be just a money thing. Of course, ask for help if you need it in that way, but maybe you just need somebody to meet you halfway, and somebody to be determined with you and help you move forward. So be open to that as well in 2020. But maybe time for you to go internally and process everything that has happened, and the situation you were just in, the pressure, all of that. Process that information. I feel like some of you may be holding on really tightly to a relationship or a specific person. Don't chase anyone. Don't chase anything. If it's running from you, it does not want to be caught. I don't know who I'm talking to. So think of a dog. When you chase, when your dog gets off his leash and you start chasing your dog, and the dog's like, yay, they're playing. So they just continue to run. Now you done ran a damn 5K because, the dog thinks that you're trying to chase it. When you chase something, it runs from you. Don't chase it. let it come back to you. And shoot, if it don't come back, that's fine too. So you're going to be in a position to go, I feel like overall, you're going from a position of just thinking about what you want to do to actually being able to do it. So go ahead and do it this year, Sagittarius. So you may need to get active, or maybe considering getting active. Maybe you're already active, but you're going to have to keep that in your life in order for you to feel better and reap the benefits in 2020. And this physical new hobby will actually bring you closer to your goals, not just your physical goals. Like it'll put a certain motivation in you to continue everything else, if that makes any sense. It's a very, very good year for you, Sagittarius. Just keep like a tunnel vision focus and get over that hump, whatever this pressure is in the beginning of the year. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hey Taurus, welcome to your reading. I'm gonna go ahead and hop right in. Your message for the year is don't stop believing. I know I'm dramatic, but it really is. I saw a lot of negativity and bad energies and bad omens and bad karma, bad situations, a life test. I saw a lot of negativity when I first seen your cards. I do not think it's as bad as the cards present though, because my feelings didn't sink when I saw your cards. So I do feel like it's just, you kind of honestly more mad than you are anything. So you may need to ask your guides for help. Keep in mind that this is a life test, which means that you're gonna have to go through this to like shoot up to the next level. So it may feel heavy at first, but it's not as heavy as it's coming off in the long run, if that makes any sense. And then the reward for going through this life test is gaining more self-belief and self-confidence. In 2020, you have to give yourself time to heal and process what's going on so that you can like go to that next level. It may be some form of loneliness. Maybe you may feel alone in your thought process, alone actually in the world, but once you process it, it'll make more sense. There's a strong emphasis on a female character in your life. So this could be your girlfriend for the males, maybe your mother for the girls. It could be someone else. There may be a breakup involved or some sort of issue with this individual, or I don't know, you just overall, I saw a lot of feminine energy. So maybe you might be feeling a little oversensitive in 2020. So watch out for that, Taurus. And remember, just keep on processing information. And you cannot give up, Taurus, whatsoever in 2020. You're gonna want to, if it is as heavy as I saw, you're gonna want to, but don't worry about it. You have to keep going. I know y'all get tired of me saying that. I know y'all do, but it's the only way it's gonna happen, because I've been seeing that message for Taurus for a while to just keep going. And I don't even know when it's gonna stop. I'm annoyed for y'all, but keep going, because if the divine says keep going and that's the message they're sending to me, that's the message they want to hear. Make sure that you don't stop the driving force behind whatever it is that you're trying to do. Stay loyal to what you're doing and it will pay off, but you got to keep pushing. Keep on pushing. You may get a new job in 2020, or decide that you need a new job in 2020, or just may like decide to take on a different adventure that you normally wouldn't. And this may cause a few issues, obviously, because you're switching over, you know, you're doing things that you normally wouldn't do or getting into something that you normally wouldn't get into. But keep in mind, you deserve passion, you deserve love, you deserve to have the things that you want. So it might be a little bumpy, but it's going to work itself out. Face your financial fears. Some of you may be having some money trouble, or having trouble like saving money, or just whatever the case may be. Just a lot of money might be coming out and ain't none of it coming in 2020. So if that is the issue, make sure you're looking within to find out, what is it that I can do to improve my financial situation? Is there something that I'm doing or a piece that I'm missing? And that's what's going to help you fix that. Try not to go into your cocoon in 2020 about this issue or this problem. I feel like for some of you, people just may not be doing what they said they would do. So you might be gaining some type of resentment against them being not who they said they were. I know who I'm talking to, but that's the message. So don't go into your cocoon. Try to continue to get outside. For some of you, it may be cold right now. Still get outside, or bring some outside inside, like a plant or something of that nature, to keep yourself kind of motivated and to balance out that negative energy that's going on around you. And release anger against anyone. Don't feel like anything is anyone's fault. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. It's just things didn't turn out a certain way. So try not to ball up any negative energy on yourself in 2020. And you may feel overwhelmed a little in 2020 for the abundance of things that you'll have to do and deal with. But again, it's all worth it. I'm telling y'all, this spiritual journey is worth it. Just keep on pushing, and I promise you, things will be fine. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, Taurus.